Evening, lads. Welcome back to the channel. I hope everyone's been having a good weekend. It is new game night. Hooray! Tonight's game is Revolt, a remote control car themed kind of kart racer. So, well, I think we've played the follow-up to this previously, and I have just forgotten what that was called. Just check the list. Or I could just ask the PS1 addict to tell me. But yeah, welcome in. I see the cult. Welcome in the PS1 addict. Jaded, Neri, Bailey, Mick Pliskin. How are you all doing, guys? I'm a bit sad because I've been off RC Revenge. That's the one. Thank you, Icy. I think that one was a one-shot. So I've got good hopes for a one-shot here. But yeah, back to work tomorrow for me. Not delighted about that. How was the Muppet game? It was fine. They padded it out with too much collectible gathering, Neri, so it kind of spoilt it a bit, but no, it's fine. Accelerate, reverse, fire, flip, reposition.
What is the most revolting thing you have ever done?
I ever told you the story about how I nearly died to Didsbury Down when I was a toddler. Okay. Well, thank you for the bit, but let me get this underway and I will tell you. So here we... what's Stunt Arena? Yeah, I guess this isn't so much a revolting thing I've done. It's more a revolting thing that happened to me. RC... Okay. Stars 0 of 20. I'm just wondering if this mode needs to be done alongside the championship. Okay, so yeah, immediately sidetracked, but my revolting story for Didsbury Down. Going for the same pun as Mick Pliskin with Revolt. When I was young, I was on a little family holiday at Butlins, or was it Pontins? One of them. For those who aren't British, they're kind of like holiday camps that have gone out of vogue since, like, it was what Brits did for holidays before international travel became cheap. Ooh. That is analog. Yeah, before Ryanair. So, we were staying in a chalet, and basically I was playing outside the front of the chalet with other kids that were holidaying while my parents were doing whatever parents do, I don't know. And for some reason, the game, and by the way, can I just say this game is handling horribly, but the game at Pontins, for whatever reason, we were jumping on drain covers. And there was one pretty much outside every chalet, and I started making my way down, jumping on the other drain covers, and the last one on the row fell through. And basically I fell through into sewage and nearly drowned. And that's my revolting story. My parents were alerted to the situation by basically the other kids panicking, losing the shit. They rushed out, dragged me out, and immediately took me for a bath. Oh shit, indeed, literally jaded. Was there a jump button? Right, this... We'll come back to the stunt arena. But yeah, if I hold the steering for a little too long, it just kind of spins. That's quite annoying. But do you know what? Apart from the trauma Didsbury Dan, do you know what the other worst thing was about that story? My Thomas the Tank Engine trainers were ruined. They never got me another pair. Right. Simulation. Arcade. What's the difference between arcade and console? I'm going to try this. So, 4 cups, easy peasy. Place 3rd or better in each race to progress. Finish top of the table to access the next challenge. You just have to wrap your hands, arm in heavy duty bin bags and fist U-bends. Due to dickheads blocking them when you were a bar manager. Bailey nearly killed by 2 drunk drivers. Bloody hell. Hi, Skin. Hi, Nabas. I did have a look for retro achievements for this. Doesn't have them on PS1, but the N64 port seems to. So, there's no follow-up to that, Didsbury Dan. It was just that you had to... Yeah, it's still pretty grim. But not life-threatening. I win. Yeah, so those who just joined, you missed the story of my near-death experience when I was a toddler. There's the weapon. Okay. Hello, Bear. Now, doesn't this game have quite a mod community behind it? Like, there's a big updated version that people still play. Bloody hell, Bailey. Oh, I'm glad they missed you. Very funny, Dan. The music's quite intense, isn't it, for a remote control car game? Did they, Bailey? That's pretty neat. Oh. This car's handling a lot better than that other one I tried. Kind of. What's that whirring noise? Oh, it's gone. That guy just waiting for me. Oh, it was a bit late, that instruction. Or direction arrow, rather. Whee! Track feels a bit long. Uh-oh. I've just noticed there is a direction arrow in the bottom left as well. Oh, that was the finish line. Yeah. I don't know. I know Addict loves this, so I'm a bit shy about going straight in for the jugular. But the handling does feel a bit whiffy early on. I don't know, maybe that's just unique to the PS1 version. You like toy cars, the genre? Well, you might like the next one we've got as well, Bear. Oh, I don't think it's actually toy cars. It just looks a lot like Micro Machines. It's called Motor Mash. Massive update. Ooh. I'm probably due another look at your game when I get time. It's been a while. Only PC and arcade. Okay. Yeah. I mean, yeah, the handling's fiddly, but that's kind of on brand for a remote control car, isn't it? I don't know. Yeah, I've resorted to digital handling. The analog is very unresponsive. It kind of like just loads it on gradually, which is what you'd actually expect for the digital. So digital input is the way for responsiveness. You just got a kind of tippy tap to avoid ending up pointing the wrong way. Well, this lap's a lot shorter than the last one. Hello, Craig. Always looking on the bright side, Skin. Someone on the other side of the road wanted to throw fireworks in front of people who are walking behind you. That's a dick move. Jesus, that sounds grim. Oh, and thank you for the votes, guys, as ever. Anyone's not got involved. Option 1 is 5-star racing, some shovelware. Option 2 is Rascal Racers, which is some kiddie kart shovelware. And option 3 is Cubics Racing Robots. Yeah, Bear, it's a bit bit out of place, the music, isn't it? What's with this bloody sound effects on the loading screens? We did, Bailey. It came up again. Which, to be fair, as we run out of games, that becomes more and more likely. It did take an early lead, but then there was a resurgence for the other options as well. Yeah, clearly is icy, but seems like it's gonna happen every time. You know, based on 2 examples. Oh, pissing. Oh, we'll find out soon. What the hell is that? The way it swelled up, it was like something out of Terminator 2. Liquid metal. Oh man, these cars are not for drifting. Ha! Uh-oh. Don't understand what's happened. Or rather, what that weapon you... Oh, there we go. It was... Yeah, that was a bomb fuse. It is Bear. I mean, I can, you know, I can adjust to it and get used to it, but if I was a kid dealing with that, I would fail to do that, I think. I was an idiot when I was a kid. Ooh. And I would have just kept trying to go too fast. There we go. Oh, it's 5 points for a win, so that's that Champo in the bag. Oh, really, Para? Well, that'll be interesting. Although I don't like the idea of extra games being added to my list. I think I was quite thorough. I found an initial list of about 200 and then... Oh, what method did I use now? There was a few. I forget. It was a long time ago. Now you got to remember as well, Paraglider, that games had different release dates in different regions. It was very rare that a game would be released on the same dates worldwide. You know, we're talking differences of 6 months plus, depending on the translation requirements and things like that. Different systems got exclusives. Of course, back in these days, Addict, as you'll know damn well, you know, often a different console's version of a game could quite frankly be a different game, you know. Things weren't easily ported like they are these days. Holy frame rate. Yeah, worldwide simultaneous release is actually quite a new thing, Bear. I think it's in part thanks to games being generally released digitally that it became a thing. Because not only did you have translation to deal with, of course any differences to get it working on PAL or NTSC systems or any other variant that might have been knocking about. And then you got the whole logistics of it all. You know, you might decide to, like, in terms of printing the games, if you're printing it from all one place, you might print the Japanese version and print the American, or more likely what happened is they had different companies in different regions doing the printing, so they're not getting shipped all the way around the world. And that's just me speculating. None of that is necessarily correct. Cool. Oh yeah, digital release on Steam is easy. You just upload it on Steam and input a date. And start trying to plug it. Oh, and pay the £100. Hooray! What a winner. At first, I thought we weren't going to get cars. It was just a picture of the wreath on an empty podium. Don't forget to save. Very well. Anyway. Yeah, sorry I skated past this earlier, Radix. You posted a link to your cab. But there was a lot going on in chat. So you've got one of these. I was actually thinking then, why not have an actual remote control kind of controller style thing with the 2 sticks? Makes more sense than actual wheel and pedals, doesn't it? Oh, progress table. Hell. We got 4 cups. What's all this up top? They expected me to go through and beat 1 normal, reverse, mirror, stars. Huh. Is it wanting me to... I mean, I'm not going to. Was it wanting me to do all of the races on single race mode as well, on all of the difficulties, or something mad like that? Dynamo sound. Right. Ooh, amateur. And Candy Pebbles. So yeah, we've got 2 amateur rated cars now. I'm gonna go with that. Progress third or better in each race to progress. Finish top of the table to access the next challenge. 4 races again. 6 laps of Toy World 1. You know what, I don't think I fancy collecting all the stars in stunt mode. I think Cabinet was recoloured for other games. I didn't realise Need for Speed Underground had an arcade release. L2 is reset. Oh man, I just lift slightly and the thing just spins. That was a fake pickup I just dropped. Genghis car. I appreciate that. Right, it is like if I lift off, the back end just comes round. Meant to be 4-wheel drive. Well, I'm not sure how 4-wheel drive would affect anything, but yeah, yeah, I'm not liking this. I don't really feel like I'm pushing at all here. Again, I'm just lifting slightly, trying to take a sensible climb through, and just goes, fuck off! Also, that was blasting a bit. Oh wow, that's actually... I'm assuming the shed is done enough to accommodate the machines then, but yeah, it makes sense to get it out of storage as soon as you can. Okay. Change in approach. I am never lifting, since that's when the shit is happening. Yeah, this is better. Yeah, lifting bad in this game. Need to slow down, I guess. Keep the accelerator pinned and use the brake at the same time as well. Might vary from car to car. Oh, don't correct on a ramp. It will fuck you up. I've never played with a serious RC, just the cheap ones. Yeah, they're going slow enough that lifting will just stop them. They don't roll. You know what? Second place after how much I struggled there. I'll have it. I only had a choice of 2 amateur rank cars for this one, Addict, so I think I chose the one with more weight on the basis that lighter ones will get bounced around more, and that is my biggest problem with the handling model. Just checked out a bit. Problem is, I'm now making stupid mistakes of, well, pure driving into stuff because I'm refusing to lift. That's great. Yeah, I think 50 mile an hour is much faster than any RC I've ever owned. Quite a magnitude of scale. Okay, that's what happens when you try and use the brake. Oh, the bomb is just a bad pickup. Not something used against you, it seems. That's fun. Oh my... Why did I not notice that big flashing X? Not very well marked out, this track. I'm gonna say it. I blame the game. Me being an idiot. Oh my god. See, it's only telling me that it's a left when I'm in that corner, and that's annoying. I think it's specifically that corner, it's an issue. Because the finish line is also there. And so they've got it after the finish line, even though you're already into the corner then. Oh, it's this way. Left. Ah! Maybe it's just the PS1 version, but I'm not having much fun with this at all. Maybe I've just chosen a shit car. Okay, a little bit of a skill get there, actually. Once it starts sliding, I can just let it slide out and it'll basically by releasing the accelerator and it comes back to me a bit. That's okay. The wind might be gone, but I might be able to get second place back. Nope. Not anymore. It's gone. Gifted second by the lad spinning it there. Yeah, it's looking like it's going to take 2 race wins just to tie this cup now. Traxxas slash 4x4. Have a look as well. Cheers. Ah, that's pretty neat. That is pretty swell. Of course you've got one of them. Okay. Guy ahead of me just didn't launch there. Oh. Oh, this is... Oh, this map is bad. Where am I meant to go? Okay. Okay, up here. Now it's telling me to go back. Okay, so, and then that... It's shut the bed. Guiding arrow. Oh, right. It wants you on this shit. Right. Okay. It's putting it mildly icy. Okay. And yeah, every time there's an elevation change, the car just pivots. Again, I'm making the mistake of not being flat out all the time. Okay. Oh. Yeah. Brilliantly. And somehow, I'm in third. This is fucking shite. Aw, that's a shame. I don't want to slag off people's game, but... This is a bad time. Yeah, why do you think I picked it, Bailey? Oh my god. I think I'm being lapped by the leader, though. Unlapped myself. Get in. Oh, it's this way. Fuck me. Yeah, my suspicion, Addict, is a shit PS1 port. There's no way a man of your taste would be raving about this. I can only assume your arcade version is far superior. I learnt the track layout at least. I thought I'd figured out the handling of basically slow right the fuck down at every opportunity so it can't bounce out. Allows that shortcut. Yeah, and people are still playing the PC release to this day, so it can't be this bad. Yeah. Champo gone. We'll start again. Maybe. How much is it on Steam at the moment? Curious. But only up to £1, curious. $6 dues. Yeah, for a few. Anyway. Candy Pebbles was not a winner. What about Dynamo San? That was front wheel drive. This one's 4. Yeah, you mentioned before, Bear. That's why I thought to look it up. Alright, I've got enough unplayed games. I don't need to add any more to my library. I had a brief go. Something that's been sat in my backlog forever was the Ducati 90th anniversary game. I uninstalled it within 30 minutes, didn't enjoy it. Great start. Come on. Correct, Addict. Oh, that was a rival. I thought that was some golden pickup. Yeah, this car's handling better than Pinky. Might be the lower center of gravity. Yeah, but it's a spin-off of one of the early ones. I've never played a ride game. I can't really comment with any authority on this. So what I found was... Okay, it's a bike, so it was handling a bit differently. Yeah, I was getting some weird frame drops that was annoying, even though my computer massively outclasses the game. But the handling, so, okay, you got to take a big, long, sweeping turn for the corners, turning pretty early, that's fine. But what I was also, excuse me, finding was that if I tried to make any small adjustments, just nothing would happen because of the way the weight loaded on with how I had it set up. I just got on my tits, so... Oh, at first it was looking like I could have fun with it, but yeah, I just got a bit meh with it. But hey, it's one off the unplayed list. That's a win. Yeah. Appropriate car selection makes a huge difference to enjoyment in this game. This one's a lot better balanced than Pinky. Well, clearly I jinxed it. Ah. Shot him out of the sky. Final lap. I actually went a bit silly on Wednesday. Played 2 other games out of the library. Played a puzzler called Baba Is You, which I think I must have got in some Humble Bundle during COVID. Which was kind of neat. You had to kind of rearrange sentences on the screen to change how the puzzle played. But yeah, half an hour was enough. I just found myself just kind of stuck until I just looked into the solution. So, but it was cool. But yeah, it didn't suit my brain, I think, because I just couldn't solve anything. The other one was, again, another bit of junk I got from a bundle called Zombotron, which is like a 2D platformer shooter thing, and it just had the look of like an old Flash game. You know, those like mid-2010s indie games just had kind of a look. And yeah, maybe it was just my mood that particular day, but I wasn't really feeling it on any of the 3 games I tried, you know. The reason I chose Baba and Zombo is I thought, you know what, I can never decide what to play. I'm just going to pick the one from the top of the list that's not a racing game, and the one from the bottom of the list. It's this way, wasn't it? Yeah. And see what happens. I've had worse ideas. Badger Edge of Control. I've not heard of that one. I'm glad it was fun. Well, upgrading PCs is quite expensive at the moment, unfortunately, Craig. I can see why you're waiting. But luckily, there's already more games that you can probably ever play that'll work on your existing machine, especially if you include emulation. No, I've been wanting to upgrade my machine because iRacing's struggling a little on this one, which is really annoying because I paid big for this machine, especially for that game. Reverse, please. Thank you. It is what it is. But yeah, I've just had to lower the graphics settings a bit. I've got a 3080 in this Addict. I bought it like 6 months before the 40 series came out, so... Did that rocket that I fired just turn on me? Yeah. Can't wait for AI to shit the bed. I mean, you know, AI companies shit the bed rather. It's hard to think how it's tenable in its current form. Well, what I mean, Bailey, is they'll stop being so crazy about forcing it into everything. Really, if large language models are here to stay, they should really be focusing on making them run more efficiently rather than just buying more and more compute. But because Nvidia's involved, they'd rather just that more graphics cards were used, I guess. By the way, welcoming, Grim. Yeah, but Bailey, that requires governments to prioritize people over corporations, and in my experience, they don't do that. Yeah, true, Grim, but I'm in the want stage, not need, so it's just meaning it's going to be longer until I upgrade. Yeah, but you know how it is. Greedy Westerners. iRacing's been getting a bit more and more poorly running as they've been upgrading all the tracks visually. I'm not getting the frames I used to. It annoys me. I mean, for everything else, this is perfectly good enough. Well, Bear, haven't they been kind of delaying the release of Steam Machine specs and costs while they wait for the current madness to calm down? Hey, Shadow. Well, someone's got to cheer on the Rascals. It'll only be 30 minutes, that game. How's the vote getting on? Yeah. I said when I updated the vote counts at the end of the last game, there could be a fight here, but it really requires the non-Cubics vote to kind of gang up behind either 5-star or Rascal. Because so far, Cubics has had 5 votes, 5-stars had 3, and Rascals had 2. But if those camps combined, they could take the fight to Cubics. But that's up to you guys, isn't it? Yeah, that's interesting, Craig. And yeah, if people aren't upgrading their PCs, then developers have more of an incentive to program their games efficiently. Hi, Lewis. I'm good, mate. Uh-oh. How are you? Welcome in. Oh, my word. What the fuck is going on with this game? No worries. We've got a pet theory going on that the PS1 port wasn't up to much because I've not been having a good time with this. It's my first time playing it. And yeah, it's a bit awkward. But I am aware that the PC version still has a community to this day, which is mega. A nice one, Shadow. Oh my god. Yeah, we've done RC Revenge. I had a much better time of it than I'm having with this one, I'll be honest. Can't remember what I gave it. It was quite a long time ago when I played that one. Oh my word. Car was handling okay on the other tracks, but this one, it's like the sand surface is just applied everywhere. Not get good traction anywhere. I'll take a P2. Did you watch any of the Bathurst race, Shadow? And anyone else for that matter? It was a really good one. Enjoyed it a lot. There was a horrible, horrible crash about 6 hours in. Saw a clip online of the driver in the horrible crash. His car was on fire and he's literally crawling out of his car onto the track. Horrible. Not as horrible as this handling. Barely using any input and it just points. Yeah, Craig. 12-hour. Oh, I think it was about. It was about 6, 7 hours in. Oh, I can't maths. No, it was Forest's Elbow, Shadow. Which is the kind of hairpin before back straight. I most barely touched the steering input there and it just turned around on me. No, what had happened, it was on a restart. And what they do wave buys just before the restart, and a car had a spin on the descent towards Forest Elbow. And then the leaders came through and another car basically had stopped behind the spinner to avoid hitting him and had crawled out to overtake him and carry on when the lead car arrived, and they just hadn't properly neutralized the race, and he went hard into the spinner. Right, bear with me. I'm gonna have to... Honestly, if this game pivots on me one more time, I'm gonna fucking lose my shit. This is awful. It's... yeah, utter shit, this. Sorry, lads. I'm getting about 5 frames a second. Every time I look at the steering, it does a 180. Right, digital mode might do stuff different. Even though I was using digital... No, still shit. For fuck's sake! I'll lose this cup because of this. I wonder if the N64 version's better. That's the one that got the achievement set on retro. I think I'm getting lapped. Yep. Ah, good. It's not just me then, Shadow. They've finished. They're gonna make me do the other lap. Brill. Yeah, it's a claim. So bad. Absolutely furious. Every corner just spins out no matter what I do, especially if there's an elevation change. That wasn't even a corner and it spins me. Got 5 FPS. You have 3 tries left. Oh, okay. Not sure I'm gonna do any better. Ah, of course, it doesn't let you finish last. That's actually worked in my favor. I needed, is it 2 points to tie? Yeah, it is as painful as it looks, Grim. Yeah, I just need to work out how to keep this car pointing forward. And first 2 tracks, it was okay. No, we're suspecting it's specifically the PS1 version that is a sweaty ass. Because people love the PC version to the point where they're still playing it today and modding it. Oh my word! Abominable. God bless the modders. See, I slowed right down there and just, yeah. Like there's nothing. Oh, I'm going to try turning analog on again. Because the initial input on analog, for some reason, is severely dampened. Which leads to other issues. Maybe at least kind of keep pointing the right way. No. Okay, back to digital. This so much. I'm being lapped. I'm on lap 2 and I'm being lapped. That's how much I'm struggling. Second place, I need to actually progress. This is, yeah. Can't play this. I think I'll be able to high side it by sliding. What I'm having to do in corners is kind of just rapidly tap both the steering and the accelerator. And that's the only way I'm getting around without spinning. All right, let's try again. Now you can see the problem with this tippy-tappy strategy. It's not very fast. Oh no, the bomb is kind of a hot potato. Ah. Brill. Yeah, this is... not a satisfying way to drive, let's put it that way. Ah. God, it's so bad. Yeah, they got a bit unlucky with the bomb on this attempt. Yeah. The frame rate is near impossible in places. I guess not being lapped is an improvement, eh? Oh, round we go. I got vaguely confident there and game immediately slapped me down. Is there a way to unlock more cars that's not through the championship mode? Both of the amateur cars have unlocked feel undrivable. Maybe we can get a better one somehow. One try left. And when I fail this try, I'm going to have a quick Google to see what reviews the PS1 version got back in the day. I'm interested. Yeah, it was a big one, Bear. Yeah, but Master gives all the bad games good ratings because he's insane. We've established this. He gave C1 a good, or was it C4? Max Power Racing a good rating, and that was awful. I don't know. I mean, unless there's a better vehicle choice that would save me, I don't know how anyone could be good at this. Because it's barely playable. So, what's going on here? Why is there a star? Do you not think I've played enough jank in my time? Right, that's gone. Ah, it's... Revolt, PS1, view. GameSpot, 6.5 out of 10. This specifically PS1. What does the wiki say? That usually has a bit of aggregating. It was developed for Windows, N64, PlayStation, and Dreamcast. Reception. PC and Dreamcast versions received favorable reviews, and the N64 version and Revolt Classic received mixed reviews, while the PlayStation version received unfavorable reviews. Average game rankings: PlayStation version 47%, N64 60%, PC 77%, Dreamcast 79%. Yeah. Go. Right, so what is this about? Doesn't even talk about the PS1 version at a glance. Too busy talking about PC versions. Ah, fuck it. Yeah, shit port. Right, so the Dynamo San and the Candy Pedals I found rather undrivable, but if I go back to the rookie cars, then I'm not going to have enough speed. Oh no. The Vulcan looks okay for speed. Let's try it. Shadow. Come on, mate. Don't be such a pedant. Come on. Shit version. It changes nothing. I mean, one version must have come first. Once you've worked out what that is, everything else is a port, right? Who cares? Let's just get through it. Now this car, the other car was handling fine on this track though, so I can't put it down to the car until we get to tracks 3 and 4 in this cup. I was really hoping for a good time tonight because I know so many people love Revolt. Oh well. As long as it's still a one-shot. To be satisfied with that. Uh-oh. Thank you. All right, man. Enjoy. Alright, back to talking about Bathurst. Those where there was also Kangaroo took out one of the cars early on in the dark. There was one Ford Mustang and it lasted about 20 minutes. Caused the first safety car when it hit a Kangaroo in the dark. The most Australian way to retire from a race possible. And that car was a mess. It was an almighty hit because that one was on the Conrod Straight. I hit it at some serious speed. Oh, good weapon. Ah, I think that's the first time I've ever hit anything with that one. Yeep. Oh, I think the Panga has binned it, and so have I. Left here, isn't it? Yep. Uh-oh. Urgh. I was expecting to get minced then when I saw that incoming. That was a pleasant surprise to get a more favourable outcome. Got him as well. Thing is, most of them I expect would be quite reasonable. But when it comes to the rarities, all bets are off. I bet original Gran Turismo is pretty cheap, because it was the biggest selling game on the console, so there's loads of them. But yeah, Chocobo Racing will go for a ton, like, well, not a ton, but a significant amount, like you've said there. And that's because, A, it didn't sell that well, so it's reasonably rare. But you've got all the Final Fantasy fanboys who'll want it for their completionist, like, franchise collections. And you know, I see it all the time, like when Koos is talking about what his most expensive games are. The biggest driver of retro game prices I would say, is rarity. Not quality or anything like that, just pure rarity. It can be the biggest piece of shit shovelware you've ever seen, and it'll go for hundreds just because completionist collectors want it. Colin McRae is 120, gosh. Mostly rarity. But if it's rare and good, then that'll be really big as well. However, with the good games, some of them do tend to get a re-release or a remaster, and that takes a bit of the pressure off. Yeah, I mean, look at all the people who are going to rush out and buy Revolt because I've been playing it, eh? I don't know. I'm on the fence when it comes to game collecting because, on the one hand, I totally get it. Gathering up loads of games of a favorite franchise or a favorite console sounds like great fun, but it's a bit of a shame to buy something just to shove it on the shelf and for it to not be played, you know? Kind of makes me sad. The amount of people who will buy a game, and I've been guilty of this, buy a game and never play it. Particularly completionist console collectors will do this because there'll be more games than you can ever hope to play. There's so many games released for some consoles. And people are buying it up just for the sake of putting it on a shelf. And, you know, I'm saying this negatively, but yeah, I've completely done it myself. So I'm also a hypocrite. Isn't that neat? Aqua GT is $5. I'm gonna keep my $5. Yeah. This car is handling much better, so it must have been. Now that's an oil slick. That's okay. It's so strange that both the amateur cars were that undrivable, but it was my car choice. You know, but it's one thing to put a difficult to handle car in your game, but it should still be drivable, surely. It is Bear. I got completely lost the first time I did this track. The signposting is terrible, and quite be honest, a game like this shouldn't have to rely on big on-screen arrows. Environmental cues should do it. Now, good news, Skin. The problem was the car. I went back to my starter car and we're having a much nicer time. But it was track 4 that was super bullshit. Correct, Skin. Absolutely correct. But yeah, I've just won that by 33 seconds, and I was struggling so much with the other 2 vehicles. And yeah, okay. That was an 8-point Champo lead as well, so they didn't even finish in order this time. So all I need now is a top 3, because top 4 just forces you to retry, because that's always fun.
Pagan.
You had it. But yeah, it's hopefully be a lot more controllable on this track too. I went through a phase last year of gathering up PS2 racing games from CEX. And, you know, I was doing exactly the thing I was railing against a moment ago. I've bought them, they've gone on a shelf, they've stayed on a shelf. And yeah, this car's handling much nicer on this track as well. It just seemed a bit, yeah, it just seemed a bit futile, so I stopped. Especially when I prefer to do things through emulation for retro achievements, you know. I'm pretty sure it does, Paraglider. In terms of a challenge, it's not only that it has more games, but the games will generally be longer too. Oh yeah, I only pay a few quid a time, Craig. Far too tight-fisted to drop hundos on a game. But if I already own them and then they come to start selling for hundos later, I'll keep it. I've got Suikoden 1 and 2 for the PS1, and the prices might have calmed down because a remaster came out last year, but they used to go for big money. I bought them for like £15 each second hand when I was a teenager. But I've played them that much, I just kind of want to keep them. My lads. Yeah, there. That's exactly the point I'm trying to convey. Even though they've got the remaster, there will still be people who want the original for the sake of having a physical lad on the shelf. But it does take the pressure off. Well, saying that, so does emulation. Anyway, swinging back to Chocobo Racing, going for $300, and I made the point that it'll be franchise collectors, Final Fantasy fans, boosting that a bit. Bit of a tangent from that, because I went and mastered that on Retro Achievements, and it's probably one of the most mastered racing games I've played. And again, that'll be like fans of the franchise trying to do all the retro achievements for them, visiting. So yeah, you know, it's another indicator as to why Chocobo Racing would go for big money. Unless you're Nintendo, then you start copyrighting and banning them. Well, here's a curious little thought for you, Craig. This is an idea I had a while back. Because in my initial instance, I was kind of the same opinion. It's like, nobody's trying to sell these old games. There is no way I can buy them legally in a way that will profit the original developers and publishers. You know, the only way I can buy them legally is secondhand, and in that instance, just the previous owner gets a few quid. So, you know, why would Nintendo be against people playing an old Nintendo game that they don't sell, even digitally? And I worked it out, and I actually worked it out through a quote from the Netflix CEO at the time. And his point was, and this was when Netflix was still in its growth stage, so they wanted people not just to subscribe, but to be using Netflix as much as possible. So they'd go to the mates and say, mate, Netflix, it's so good. I pay £10 a month and I'm watching 20 movies a month. It's super. You should get it. And his comment was, we are competing against sleep, which is a strange thing. But his position was, we're not just competing against other streaming services, we're competing for people's attention. People have X amount of hours in the day. If we're gonna get people on board, we're kind of competing against everything. And when a games publisher is against emulation of games they won't sell anymore, that's kind of the same motivation. They're saying, if they're playing an old Mega Drive game, that's somebody who's not paying for our new game with all the microtransactions and things like that. You know, somebody, you know, by the same breath, someone who spends an hour in the evening going for a nice walk is somebody who's not spending an hour paying for microtransactions on, I don't know, Fortnite or something. This is how they see the world. Like, yeah, sure, my decision to go for a walk or play an old emulated game doesn't cost them anything, but they've lost the opportunity to earn some money off me because I'm doing something else. And that is why some publishers will go hard against people emulating things that they won't sell. Right, we've unlocked 2 new cars here. The Evil Weasel and the Panga TC. Now, the Panga TC was in that last cup. Interesting. They're a lot faster than what we've just been driving, so probably gonna have to... Ooh, that's a heavy lad, the fat slug. I'm gonna try the Panga. Yeah, I find it kind of scary how some people see the world. That my attention is something to be fought for. Not just my money, my attention. Yeah, and that's how social media's driven as well, isn't it? At least that makes a bit more sense because they're trying to put adverts in front of my nose, but... Yeah. Hey, I'm doing it too. I want your attention. I want you to hang out with me and watch me play car games. Maybe drop some pennies on some bits. Although, of course, I have. I don't genuinely entertain this as being a potentially profitable venture, but you know, here I am again doing the exact thing that I'm kind of complaining about. I'm such a hypocrite. Oh, there's a gap there. That was not immediately obvious. Underpants! Alright, this car's handleable on this track. We might be okay. I don't know if you saw on Discord, Skin, but I've booked a show for this year at last. And for the Brits in the Brits who are watching, do you remember Wagner from the X Factor? Because he's going to be headlining this show I'm doing in May. Ah. So that's exciting. Exactly, Jaded. I can't believe how lucky Wagner is. I don't know if he's a Wagner or a Wagner. But I don't know if he knows how lucky he is getting to share a bill with me. Oh. Nope. CPU opponent binned it there, and yeah, and then I span out, as I am wont to do. Raises a question, actually, though. Who is the most famous person I've shared a bill with? Will it be Wagner off of the X Factor, or the theme hospital voice actor? Which one's bigger? Probably Wagner, because of the X Factor, but... Oh, I know out of you lot, you're all going to prefer Theme Hospital Woman. But in the general public, in Britain particularly, They gotta be more familiar with Wagner, aren't they? Well, I keep saying that, but it doesn't seem to make me any friends, Shadow. Okay, it's a lap car, but P2 is only 60 meters away. This lapper could cause me some trouble if you want to. How long's this track? There we go, the pants. Start to pants. 6 minutes 34. Eesh. Right, well, 1 down, 3 races to go for the Gold Cup. Yeah, I am just firmly under the impression that a lot of the cars in this are just undrivable. As long as I got one I can drive, we're all good. 8 laps of Toy World 1M. Oof. Oh, M for mirror. Can I go on my wheels, please? Thank you. Anyone want to take this bomb off me? No, of course. Oh, thank you. Hey, J-Phone. How you doing, man? I'm not sure I subscribe to the Happy Sunday theory. That means tomorrow is Monday and I'm back in work, and that just makes me sad. Especially because I achieved the grand sum of fuck all with my week off. Ah! I'm being a little harsh on myself, but yeah, I wanted to do a lot more than I did. At least make it to the gym a couple of times and went for a run. I did also sleep in, well, not quite sleeping. I didn't get out of bed till like 11 AM at least most days. Amazing just how quickly I regressed to being a student. Why is this race 8 laps? What's going on? Oops. What was my yesterday? My yesterday, Saturday, I think, yeah, at 10:30 I got up. I think I was awake from 9. The original intention was to go to parkrun, but it got cancelled due to ice, so I went to the gym instead. Then when I got home, I did some practice laps of Bathurst on iRacing because it's the 12-hour next weekend. And then when I'd finished my practice laps, I went onto YouTube and watched the real life Bathurst 12 hours until about 3 in the morning. Then when I got up today, I watched the rest, well, some of the rest of it. I tried to, what I normally do when I'm catching up on an endurance, I use the YouTube, you know, when you hover over the, I feel like progress bar isn't the right words, but you know, the timeline at the bottom. And when you hover over it, it has a little preview. I use the preview to find the cautions. And then I'll back it up to just before it to see what happened, see the crash. But about 2 hours and 15 minutes left, I just got caught by this absolutely huge, ridiculous battle for P3. Where a bunch of guys with 2 hours 15 to go, driving like it's the last lap for about 20 minutes. It was great. Sends everywhere. I don't know what it is about real life racing drivers, but they've truly got a screw loose. And it's great. They'll just fight everything for no good reason. Even when it actively harms their race to do that fight, they will do that fight. You love them for it. Oh no, this surface is too slippy. Are you planning to catch up on Bathurst, Shadow, or can I spoil it for you? And spoil. About 40 minutes to go. The leader gets punted out after a restart. And I think it was his own damn fault. Restart, and he doesn't defend the inside into turn 1. So P2 has got a proper good run on him. Looks to the inside, is fully committed. And he blocks him. Just blocks him. Just moves into his path and gets hit. And yeah, at first it's like, oh my god, I can't believe he's just punted him off. And then you watch the replay and realize, oh, he moved under braking, what an idiot. Then in the interviews afterwards, he's saying the guy who blocked in a braking zone and got hit because he blocked a guy who was fully committed was still trying to blame the guy who hit him. Idiot. I'm going to have to pause this because I looked it up afterwards to see if there was any repercussions. There wasn't. What was the headline on on Sportscar 365? Gunon accuses Van der Linde of bullshit driving. I know. It's great, isn't it? Which way am I going? Oh, this way, apparently. Yeah, I was with Gunon. It was a bullshit block. And as I said on Discord in our Motorsports channel, play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Oh. Whoops. How do I get out? The L2 button. That's bullshit that the bomb stays on for a I suppose it stops me cheesing the bomb off by using the reset, but, you know, using the reset is a punishment too. Oh. Ah. What does R2 do? Put back. Okay. Oh, man. Yeah. 100% correct, Bear. Yeah. I was only about 20-30 minutes in as well, Shadow. It was when it was still dark. That caused us to lose most of the dark running. All of it, actually. All of the remaining dark running. Not just because of the kangaroo incident, but another guy, just as they were a couple of laps away from getting going again, another car had a big failure and extended the safety car. It was a really good race, though. Really enjoyed it. And a big improvement on last year as well, because last year they only had about 20 cars. I think this year they had like 35. And the big reason was because they didn't have it the weekend after the Daytona 24. Fuck. Well, that was the turn. So yeah, so lads had more time to ship over cars. If they wanted to do both, they could. Next iRacing special is Bathurst. It's next weekend, the iRacing version. Doing it with Nabus. Practicing hard. I've generally had rotten luck at Bathurst. In your eyes, no. We're going in the BMW. But it's a good car for Bathurst. It's stable and pretty fast because its turbo works well on high elevation. I know. But nah, it's best car for Bathurst. I tried Ferrari last year and the weather didn't help. It was torrential rain. But Ferrari just doesn't quite work for me at that track. Loading frippery. Oh great, the same song we were just listening to for 8 minutes. Nope, there's the proper stairs. It's okay, all I need is a top 3 to finish the cup. Already done on points, we just need to get past the final hurdle, not being last. Oh, a bit of environmental signposting on this one. They're learning. Honestly, I don't know. Such a tough track that you just need something safe. And Mercedes was the car to have in real life this year, it seems. And for that reason, there was 10 of them. Porsche feels like it would be dangerous with its big floppy bum. I was reading some of the thoughts, the comments about the bop that's in place. And there were suggestions from 1 or 2 people that the Porsche was actually the car to have, but I just can't get on with the Porsche GT3. Big floppy bum, can't handle it. Oh, I could have gone up the middle. I don't know. It seemed like nothing happened because I already had a pickup. I needed to discharge it and I didn't realise. Maybe it's just a better weapon, I don't know. Okay, so why are they rendered in... I suppose if you render them in the race, I can at least come back and use my knowledge to find them quicker later. Let's try this again. Got a lead. Okay, you can pick it up. Goes into your weapon slot. What happens when you use it? Okay, I think in race context, it's just a bigger attack that goes after everyone without them having to be close. Uh-oh. Right, reverse, reverse, reverse. Yep. Oh. Oh, not gonna beat you in time. Yeah, the CPU opponents don't seem very good at not driving into walls, which has clearly been to my advantage here. Not that I'm immune to the occasional wall bump. Wimbo. Oh. Please. Cute. Wow. Won by nearly 2 minutes. Okay. Gold Cup done. Which leaves one more, but I'm going to need a little break before we do that. Then we decide, do we have to do any other bullshit in this game? I'm not going collecting stars on the stunt course. I cannot be fucked. I've done enough collecting in Muppet Race Mania. I did a lot more on Friday. I went after a bunch of retro achievements because it was winding me up how many half-finished achievements I had. Already unlocked some new cars as well. Hopefully they're not shit like the amateur ones. Check the stack of boxes on the car selection screen. Don't forget to save. Okay. Let's have a look what we've got. Okay, we've unlocked some semi-pro cars. The Pest Control and the Addion. I mean, out of those two, Gotta be the pest control. I respect weight in this game. I don't want to get knocked around like a carrier bag in the wind. But yeah, I'm going to take a little break. I'll be 3 minutes. And I'll be back relieved and with some drinks. See you soon. Right, guys, thank you for your patience. I am back. Let's get this game over the line, shall we? The Platinum Cup. Is there space for an extra cup there? It doesn't look like they've done it, but no, there is potential secret 5th cup there, I think. We'll see. Well, that's another VOD for you to check out, isn't it, Bear? Oh, God. We'll see. Oh, they're gone. One of them booked it. Oh, bit tail happy this car, but it's a front wheel drive, so need to keep the accelerator down, I think. Hey, nice camera work. A lot of hairpins on this one. Uh-oh. Oh, there's the star. Ah! Oh. Oh, we're going to be lapping dudes on lap 2. This lad's not having a good time. Oh, I didn't need to do that jump. Yeah, it shouldn't be a lot to ask for though, should it there? We take it back. Ah yes, it was up here. Now, I know I was struggling with this game a lot earlier, but that was because I was in an uncontrollable car. But it does seem that as long as I've got a car under me I can handle, it's not that much of a challenge. I'm still having to use a lot of the tippy-tappy bullshit on the accelerator and steering. Keep it behaving. Ah, missed it again. Excuse me, blue flags. Dick. Camera freaks out there every time, pretty much. That's neat. Hey, Chosen. Fully agreed. I remember being surprised when I played RC Revenge that people were singing the praises of this game so much. But at the time, I wasn't aware that the PS1 version was like this. There we go. I don't think the people who are fans were aware either. Well, it's kind of sad because I don't want to shit on things that people like. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not a person who gets any pleasure at telling somebody they're wrong to like something. You know, I was when I was a teenager, but that's part of being a teenager and knowing everything, isn't it? What are you listening to pop for? Heavy metal's clearly superior. Well, it's not. But I thought it was. Some people never get out of that mindset, do they? Be honest, Circuit Breakers is a lot more playable than this. Circuit Breakers had some bullshit, and anyone who saw me play it back in the day will know damn well. But no, like I've said it so many times, I'm gonna have to say it again. Like, racing games live or die by their handling, and this, I can never push, I can never finesse. I'm tiptoeing around to avoid the car spinning, and that's just zero fun. You know, a good handling model, especially for an arcadey game, should give you the tools that you need to drive the way you want to drive. Then the challenge is how well you navigate the track, how brave are you feeling, not tiptoe and try and avoid spinning and then bloody win by a lap anyway. Now, Circuit Breakers drove a lot better. There was plenty of bullshit in there, but it drove well. You know, there was a bit of a misguided attempt in the Circuit Breakers handling model, where, because it was kind of a top-down isometric Micro Machines V3 style thing, there was a bit of auto-correction on direction. So, you know, you're going down a straight and you nudge left slightly, it'd move you to the left and then point you forwards again for you, which is great when, until it actually stops you doing what you want. And, you know, what would happen was you'd kind of nudge left to point towards the pickup, but then the game would nudge you right to correct the direction of travel. And yeah, it'd be bullshit. But it was still much better than this. You know, cars didn't spin out because you were driving them too hard, or because you had the temerity to keep the directional button pressed down. But I also had Circuit Breakers when I was young, and when that game came up, I was really looking forward to it. The majority of the bullshit was just the difficulty later on. Opponents, like, you weren't in a race of 6 individuals or however many cars it was. Was it 8? It was like you against a team, because they would never use weapons against each other, and they would also, the bat markers would hijack their race to troll you. And by that I mean they would attack you in a way that would ruin their race, if they had a race to ruin. Yeah. The more we hear about OPM Sold Opinions skin, the less I respect them. But no, I Circuit Breakers is great until you get into the weeds of it. I didn't do that when I was a kid. I never fully completed it. I did as an adult, and unfortunately, to get 100% completion, you had to do all the tracks mirror mode. But all the mirror mode ones were on the hardest, basically the hardest opponent difficulty. Whereas for the first 50%, when you did them all going forward, that difficulty was applied gradually, so it just turned into such a slog at the end. Yeah. And that's what I should have done, J-Phone. However, there was this big number saying 50% on the screen. I couldn't leave that there. But I had entire streams dedicated to beating single tracks in that game. It was just that relentless. Oh man. I'll take a second place. We've had some. No, we got some good clips out of that one as well. I've done this race. If I remember, I'll go and dig one up. Ignition. Not heard of that one either, Bear. Ah. Very slippy track, this one. I was probably a bit harsh on my Circuit Breaker review because I was so pissed off with the late game bullshit. There was another game by those guys called Supersonic Racers, which actually used the same engine. It was an earlier game, and it was better simply because they didn't have the weapons in it. Anyway, going back, how was it bad? I mentioned earlier that the opponents wouldn't use weapons against each other, but the game also allowed pretty much unlimited stockpiling of weapons. So you've got a bunch of opponents, A, not using weapons against each other, and B, allowed to stockpile everything they collect. you'd catch them up and they would unleash hell. They'd launch like 10 rockets at you, 5 oil slicks all in one go. It was absolutely bullshit. Yeah, it was like a lot of things that they did kind of badly, but when you put them all together, you know, for example, opponents fixated on you and opponents being allowed to stockpile weaponry. Those two things combined are worse than the sum of their parts. As you catch up to the leader, and yeah, just launch 3 laps worth of oil slick collections on you. Aww. Alright, P2 is fine. P2. Nice one, Shadow. Okay, oh, that was only 2 races. These races are so long in this cup. We needed to pause this, didn't we? I'll let it load. Create a dashboard, content, clips. Search by title. Circuit breakers. Oh, I was in the retro category. Ah, damn it. Sorted by date created, new oldest first. 1 second, lads. Oh yeah, I streamed before PS1. A lot of iRacing. Buddy Simulator. That was a good time. I should play that again. Stanley Parable. Here we go. What game was it? Ah, here we go. 21 hours of play. Last race. AI does this. How do I pop this out? There you go. Fuck me. What's going on? Is that... Oh. Yes. Don't bin it, don't bin it, don't bin it. So just been... This is me against the leader. Going through the jumps.
No,
brake checked.
He brake checked me before the jump.
Let's wind that up because I was fucking about. Watch, slows down.
No.
Kills my momentum. Genuine dickhead behavior. Right, back to this. Oh, unbelievable. And yeah, I was getting a bit sweaty there because I was trying to clear that track for hours. You finally get the run, and then they pull that bullshit. It wasn't fair in combination with all the other shit they do, Shadow. It was not a fair game. Oh. Which way am I going? Oh, this is great. Laps. We need a win. It's a shortish lap at least. Oh man. Oh, you utter mimsy. It's up there. Yeah, as soon as this elevation changes, all bets are off. Look, it just pivots. Oh my word. Yeah, we're back to shit handling town. Luckily, the opponents have got stuck on the scenery. I'll take it. Bullshit games require bullshit solutions. And having a hot potato pickup doesn't seem good when it's only a 4-car race, you know. You need a few more lads for that, really. Okay, we were all wall riding today. Ah. Yeah, main Champo rival has got themselves wedged into a toy dinosaur's leg. Thank God. I will gracefully accept that. Okay. Oh, it must have been a fake pickup. Oh, that'll teach me. Not sure what I hit there. Must have been some particularly weighty air. Yeah, you're right. $10. No, don't fire missiles at him. You might dislodge him. What a beanbag I am. Oh, slowed right down, but yeah. Elevation changes when you're in a bit of a loose car in this are just deadly. Can you imagine trying to do Bathurst with these cars? Just tumbling down the mountain. Ah, oh, for... Oh, it's absolutely stunning, Bear. It's, for me, it's a bucket list race that if I ever make it to Australia, it'll only be once. So if I do go down there, I've got to go see a race at Bathurst. And I love that they start it at 5 AM as well, because no other race does that. Like the 24-hour races are usually, you know, kind of lunchtime or early afternoon starts and therefore finishes. And generally, anything that's long enough to require a light transition will go from light to dark. But Bathurst is the only one that goes through dawn. And it's so cool for that. It's also cool because it means you're all done by dinner time as well. So after spending all day on the beers, on the tinnies, as they say in Australia, watching cars, you can then just chill out in the evening at your campsite or whatever. I'm not sure it's all of them. Yeah, they'll all be up, ready to go. Generally, the ones that won't be up will be the ones that are there because the husband wants to be there or something, you know. Ah, it's so cool. It's like 2 years in a row. Like, you should look up, there's like a 17-minute highlight reel that's gone up on YouTube. And there'll probably be a proper reel coming out in the next day or so. Oh, it's 6, not 5. And... oh, what was I saying? Yeah. 2 years in a row, they've had it 3 wide going towards turn 2. In the middle, in pitch black darkness. It is absolutely mad. Mate, sounds the best, Bear. Oh, I bought, Nabas already knows this, I bought tickets for European Le Mans series at Silverstone again for this year. No, that's what I was saying, Nabas. It's unique in that it goes from dark to light, whereas other ones you know, say Sebring or Petit Le Mans, they go light to dark. But Bear, that's because you're British. We all like an airport beer at 6 a.m. Anyway, I was saying we did European Le Mans last year at Silverstone. We're doing it again this year. And on the Friday, I've mentioned before that I ran a lap of the track. I've mentioned specifically to you, Bear, that after I got back to the campsite early evening, a nice warm evening, I'd just had a shower, just been for a run, I cracked open a can. And it was just such a nice moment. I was so happy then. It is a risk. On the Sunday, we had monsoon rain after the race for the drive home. But I always say, especially living in the Northwest, you've just got to kind of prepare for that. If you live in Britain, especially the Northwest, and if you are waiting for good weather to do something, you could be waiting a long time. Like, I don't think we've had a day without rain yet this year. So you just got to kind of prepare and accept it and learn to deal with it. Oh, I'm in the lead. Nice. Yeah, it does suck. Like, yeah. For it to happen like that, but trying to think. I've done quite a few music festivals in the UK, and I have been quite lucky on the weather front. I don't think I've ever been to a proper washout. The closest would have been Download 2012 at Donington, where the place was soaked when we got there. But while we were actually there, it was just a bit cold and windy as opposed to actually raining. Oh my word, some of the clipping in this is horrible. Yeah, what festivals have I done in the UK? I did 3 at Leeds, 2002 to 2004. They were all good weather. 1V Festival in 2003. 3 Download festivals. About 7 or 8 Bloodstocks. Even when I went to the Lake District in October, we got good weather. It was freezing cold at night. But we had sun in the day. It was great. That was called the Blackwood Gathering, a black metal festival. Barclay Marathon, I've not, no. Hold on. Unique starting procedure. Oh wow. That sounds awkward as fuck. I mean, I would definitely have a friend with me to wake me up with a conch. Ever been to the depot? I think I have. I'm not into beer festivals. I find them awkward and overcrowded. And maybe I'm just not that much into real ale. Yeah. Tend to avoid them. Oh, the Mayfield depot, you mean? The answer's still no, but at least I know what you're talking about now. I went to the Winter Ales Festival many years ago. Yeah, it was just not for me, really. I also went to the Didsbury Beer Festival a couple of years ago, which was less busy. It was a bit better. A bit less overcrowded, but I don't know. Just let me get drunk. Don't make me think about my drink, just put it in my mouth. I've only been completed 26 out of... Wow. Oh, 100 mile, you said. Right. Yeah, at first scan, especially because I'm trying to deal with this awkward racing game. First scan, it read slightly differently, but no, it was fromulently written. Yeah, that's madness. I guess then, though, I bet there's people who go every year and their aim is to get further into it before dropping out. That car has been there respawning all the way through this race. You know, I already made the point earlier that only having 3 opponents is a bit skinny, particularly when you've got a hot potato mechanic. I think there's only been once in the game when I've got that hot potato bomb and there's been anyone close enough to potentially apply it to. But yeah, I think I maybe forgot the point I was making. Yeah, you get people who turn up, they do 50 miles, the next year they aim for 55. You know, keep chipping it away like it like that. Like over the last few years, though, I've been hearing more and more about people doing like ultra marathons, things like that. You know, doing a half marathon near did me in. Yeah, I feel like a single marathon would be the ultimate for me. Once. 2.5k. You didn't fancy going for 3 a week later? If you could go a bit bigger. Ah, it's a good distance. Oh, at an event. Okay. I know none of you will believe me, but running's actually quite good. I recommend it. Right. Oh, I've got the arrow. ran a bloody course, man. Well, mate, good on you for getting up and doing it. That's brilliant. I didn't start properly running until I was in my 30s. It was when I quit smoking. I quit smoking and then within a week went to do my first park run, which is 5 kilometers. I had been running before then as a smoker, but I hadn't done a 5k yet. I've just been working up slightly because, like, I think the first time I tried going running as an adult, I mustn't have managed more than 500 meters, and I was done, you know. But I chipped away at it. Don't know where I'm going. Yeah, when I quit smoking, I tried my first park run. And that took me 36 minutes. I had to stop for breath twice. Yeah, took it from there. It's an odd thing. It's, especially when you're new to it, it's not the best feeling. But you have to be mindful afterwards because you probably will be feeling good afterwards. And it helps to put 2 and 2 together why that might be. Oh, that's very true, Bear. It's exceptionally rare that I genuinely regret going out for a run. I think the only time I've genuinely regretted it was when I tripped up and cut the fuck up cut my knee to shreds. Which was last year. But yeah, it's like, must be like less than 1 time in 100 when I get back from a run and went, you know what, I shouldn't have done that. Or I wish I didn't. Every other time, I get back and I'm better than when I left. Oh, for sake. Yeah, there are other times when I might have forced myself out when I really shouldn't because of feeling ill or something. But it's so rare. No, I'm doing well this year. I'm into the gym 9 times and I've been for 8 runs of 5 kilometers. Really good start. I've got a goal to do 80 of each this year. I was meant to do parkrun yesterday, but ice, so I went to the gym instead. Which is better than what would used to happen before I signed up to the gym, because if parkrun was icy, I would then drink 8 drinks on Friday night. Oh, the star only appears once. Oh. Missed that corner again. Yeah, the race lengths in these later cups just stinks of artificial padding. Have more shorter races. Don't just make the races twice as long. Mr. Game Design, man. There's only 3 competitors. And on most of the races, we've got spread out after they've been caught on scenery. Well, yeah, you're absolutely right there. It's kind of a double whammy tonight on the beers. It's not just the calories, like you say, of the night of the beers itself, but then you don't go out the next day because you're feeling rough. You take in more calories and use less. Please let this game be over. Had enough. I mean, I really, really hope the PC version is better than this. Otherwise, what are all these lads doing? Ever smoked, drank, or did the booze? I've only ever broken one bone. And it was my little finger on my left hand. I did it playing 7-a-side football as goalkeeper. I had to take a month off work because work at the time was Subway, the sandwich shop. What do you have to wear at Subway? Plastic gloves. And what can't you wear when you've got a little broken finger and they've taped up 2 fingers together to support it? Plastic gloves. Yeah, that was shit. I was already skint because I'd only just finished university. Naturally at Subway you don't get proper sick pay, you only get statutory. So I stopped earning money when I had no money. That was great. And yeah, Bear's absolutely right there, Paraglider. Still plenty of time, man. And you've got your successful YouTube channel. That's not nothing. You know. You're a lot more successful than most people on that platform. Well, you see, Skin, there was a very good reason I played goalkeeper when I used to play football. Because I'm terrible at football. So you get put in goals. I did actually get half decent at goalkeeping. Because I could use my brain to kind of compensate for my lack of athleticism. Which you can't really do in the outfield because you need to be fast, and you know, I kind of, you know, I'm happy with my running now, but the truth is when I was at school I was the lad who always came last in the running races, you know. I'd always kind of written off fitness for myself because I was the slow lad. Winner! Please no secret cup. Please no secret cup. Please some credit roll. On credits. Credits, credits, credits. Yes! Are we calling that done, lads? I think so. Coda's this version. Ooh, that tells you all you need to know. I'll do everything again in reverse. How about no? Champagan? How about yes? And it's a one shot! Yeah, that's not a good game, unfortunately. Oh, to clarify, once again, the PS1 version, not a good game. I am told other versions are good. Hiya, Vic. Please tell me it's not the PS1 version that's your favourite of all time. Because if it is, just wait till I blow your mind with some of the other games. Ah, N64, fair. Yeah, this one, unfortunately, super rough. It's, no, if you love the N64 version so much, get the PC version. People are still playing it and modding it. Ah, there we go. Well, welcome in. I hope you're well. Oh, that's good for the credit roll. The car we're following clunks into the wall. They really should skin, but you remember what we saw before, the arcade cabinet that addicts shared? I still got that in my history. Look at this lad. With wheel and pedals. That would have been prime for an RC controller, wouldn't it? Like, are you having to use wheel and pedals with this camera view? That'd be awkward as. Right, what did I rate RC Revenge? Thank you for playing. Yeah. Full F. I gave it a 6. Decent, but with many minor frustrations, as said for RC Revenge. That was a Revolt cabinet, yes. New delivery of cars. What have we got? Don't forget to save. Yeah. Anyway, it's administration time because this game is done. Let's see what cars we unlocked. The Cougar. Pro rating. And the Hummer. Oh, there's a bunch of stuff I haven't unlocked. The Bertha Ballistics. I don't think we've got that one. Yeah. Haven't managed to get that, but never mind. Spreadsheet time. That out of the way. Revolt is done. Complete the championships. plural. It's the 15th. I'll round that down to 3:23 since it's just ticked up a minute with me gabbing. 1365 hours and 1 minute of challenge. Stream 360. 5th. So, yeah, we went into this game with high expectations. There are quite a few people around who speak so highly of Revolt, particularly the PC version. That arcade cabinet we just showed Vic, one of the regulars here at the channel owns one of those. A huge fan. It's one of their favorite pieces. But this PS1 version just doesn't do the business, and I'm kind of sad I don't have a basis of comparison because, you know, like I say, so many people really love Revolt. But this was not a good version. And we looked on Wikipedia earlier. You know, this released on Dreamcast, PC, N64, and PS1. And of the four, the PS1 version was rated the worst. The N64 one as well was not brilliantly critically reviewed there, which you know, actually gives me a bit of hope. If you have another go at the PC version with all the mods, you might have a wonderful time with that. Yeah, so my experience with this version, right, the Bertha military Hummer, heavy and on the slower side. Now, I did find weight was a good stat in this game because, you know, a lot of the light cars were just far too sensitive to tripping out. Like, if the elevation changes and you're not in a good weighty car, the thing would just turn 180 so many times. Like, a lot of the cars I found quite unusable. The tracks in this version, again, I haven't played any others, so I can't comment on those, but the tracks in this version, a lot of the time, they did not adequately indicate where you were meant to go. You know, you'd have a last-minute flash of a directional arrow on the screen, and some of the tracks were fine. Some, like the Wild West-themed one, was really poor. There was significant frame rate slowdown in places, so it wasn't well done technically, and yeah, generally I just found it kind of bad. And like I say, I'm really sad because I don't want to shit on people's favorite game, but this version is a bad game, and I can only give it a 3. So I'm gonna say, for my one line review, poor handling and technical deficiencies. Frame rate doesn't sound like a technical issue, does it? Poor handling and, how do I word that? I'll just say frame rate issue. No, I'll not focus on the frame rate issues. Let's poor handling and confusing tracks. 3 out of 10. Yeah, performance issues. Thank you, Skin, to the rescue as ever. I know I didn't give you that VIP badge for nothing. Poor handling, confusing tracks, and performance issues. Although they did clean up a bit later on. It was a couple of, I think, like 1 or 2 tracks that were poorly designed, maybe. So yeah, that concludes that game. Next time we stream PS1 on Thursday, we'll be playing Motor Mash. But also, we need to spin the wheel to decide game 218. Thank you very much for the follow, Vic. Right, spin. Uh-oh. I always say uh-oh, but this is for good reason. And it's been a while since we've had one of these. Oh, I'm afraid we're not actually starting another game tonight because I've got work in the morning, but we have to do the admin. Yeah, we've done a lot of the Racer series of games in the challenge. So there wasn't many left to go at. But I believe Lord Shadowcaster will remember a lot of these. The London Racer 1 was a... There's no nice way of putting this. It was a buggy piece of shit. What did I rate it now? Gave it a 3. I think it was only the second of the Racer games I played. And back in game 35, before I'd become jaded and... Right, let's have a look. London Racer 2 PS1. Oh, it had a PS2 version. PS1 long play, 2 hours. I like the sound of that. I'll also update the votes before we bail out. So they had a second game engine where they introduced all these lads. Jill Valentine, you thieving bastards! Who have they got? Yeah, Mac Rowley, Arthur Goldberg, Richard Hedgley, and Jill Valentine. Ranjit Gupta, Brian Mazzocchi. Yeah, this is the second game engine. And yeah, we've kind of played this before with USA Racer 2 and Paris Racer 2. Paris Marseille, USA. Yeah. Let's play as Ranjit. Okay.
No, we can't do that. But if you stay online, my producer can write down your address, and we'll send you some stickers and the balloon.
Yeah. You'd give it a 4 even with... So the N64 game wasn't stellar then. Oh, that's a shame.
300 times a day. Now that's once every 2 minutes, right?
Now, I think Motor Mash, the long play, only came in a couple of hours as well. So on Thursday we might do a double spank. Yeah. No, there's a huge series of these games, Bear. So let's have a look at London Racer 1. I'll show you this. Janky as fuck. And then you have Autobahn Racer. Oh no, not 2. That's... Oh.
Und damit sage ich einmal herzlich willkommen zu...
No, look, I'm right there. No, we don't want 2. Oh, it was Autobahn Racer 2. Even mine was that. What was Autobahn Racer 1 then? Anyway. Stop clicking onto men. Paul, where's the game? Yeah. Same shit. And we don't listen to him talk. He's a dickhead. Oh, there's Paris Marseille Racing. How does that look? Just some gameplay. Thank you, classic gaming player. Oh, look, same game. And then there's A2 Racer, Europa Tour. This is the first one I played, which was the only game only released in Dutch. Oh, look, it's the same game. So yeah, I was fucking done with these, but we've not had one for the longest time. That was the first engine. Then they did a second engine, then did another Paris Marseille and a USA Racer and another London Racer using the second engine, which was all the same game all over again. So yeah. Have we got anything else left in that series? We've got Europe Racer 1. I think that's the same one. Yeah, they just chat out so many, and yeah, they were trash. What else? This could be Europe Racer could be the last one once we get London 2 out of the way. Nice. Anyway, I'm gonna have to call it a night there, guys, because I've got work in the morning. Thank you all so much for your company today. I do hope you've been enjoying the stuff, and I will be back for more PS1 on Thursday when we'll be taking on Motor Mash and possibly London Racer 2. In the meantime, if you haven't followed yet, please consider doing so. And if you want to keep up outside the stream, I've got a Discord for that with no pings unless you opt in. So, yeah. And there could be some mid-week iRacing because next Saturday we've got the Bathurst 12 hours and we'll be doing the earlier slot. It'll be like a 7 a.m. start. So there could be some practice races for that in the midweek. So look out for all that. You know what you think would be an idea for a racer? Like Fantasy Tour from Italy to England. It all relies on the execution, mate. Europa, I think Europa Tour 2 was trying for that, but it was from Germany to England. Anyway, I'm going to go. See you later.